Day 4. Ah, punctual as always, I see. Well, if you're up to it, we got more area to visit today. Coffee? I'll ensure that your shuttle has a fresh coffee pod ready when you leave. You should come to the core for now, though, so we can get started. Alright. That implies my shuttle has a Keurig in it, which is terrible, but at least the coffee's going to be. This is why Earth is a trash dump now. Today should be an easy choice. There's only one area left to check for now. However, I've been picking up rumblings of another storm on its way. You can access your ship as usual in the South Shuttle Bay. Please do be careful out there. Alright. So I think, even if we run a little over the 4-hour mark, I will finish up this last area. And then next week we can come back. Or I might check a walkthrough real quick just to see how much time it probably is going to take. Or that's going to open up since that's inaccessible. So yeah, if it opens up the inaccessible area, we'll keep going for a little bit. Oh yeah, it's Fraggle Rock, isn't it? Appropriate since we're going to caves. The planet's landscape is hostile. Its core is rich with minerals and a special kind of crystal that we can process into fuel. Hudson Cartier did decades of research to understand this crystal and how to exploit it for the energy needs of the colony. I'm not sure why your colleagues chose to call this facility the Caves, but it contains the administration offices and leads the mining operation. After the Rift event, the caves have been offline. I need you to investigate and find if there's anything left to process. Can I just peace out? No. Caves we do. This administration building is where Mr. Lumumba and his staff worked. So far, it seems surprisingly intact. If we're doing anything else, let's check out Mr. Lumumba's office. Should be the door to your right. The lobby is decorated with plants grown in the agrodomes. They would have looked beautiful in this grand space. I go where I want. You're not my real dad. Alright, sorting facility. We're gonna have to go in there, dangerous or not. Well, I like the music for this one. This is cool. Vaguely creepy. Let's check out Mr. Lumumba's terminal. Maybe there will be some answers there. It doesn't appear to be on. Maybe there's a way to power it back up. Okay. Processes and stuff too. Row upon row of technical books regarding mining. The shelf is covered in mold and dirt from the damaged ceiling. Alright, I guess we're terminaling. You need to access this terminal, but it appears to need facial recognition to unlock it. This system isn't completely accurate. Maybe there's some way to get around it. Can we find a picture of this dingus? This is the command center for the mining facility. All the actual mining was done by drones. It's much safer that way. Operations staff manage the drones in the mine from here. They track blasting, sorting, delivery, everything. There isn't much trace of the staff here, though. That's odd. I don't have records of an evacuation. They died in the mines. This big display showed the staff the real-time movements of the drones, plus general conditions and other data. Unfortunately, that monitor has been damaged, so it won't be of much use to you. Workstation. That lounge area appears surprisingly opulent, even amongst all the dust and debris. The synthetic leather chairs are not cheap. Modern-day mining operations seem much more comfortable compared to the mines of 100 years ago. Yeah, a little bit. There we go. Photo of Jean Lumumba. There's a low-power photo frame device on the counter. It's currently flashing a photo of Manager Lumumba who's smiling. The frame gives it a convincing 3D effect. Coffee. Alright, we'll go workstation left because that seems to be a little more agitating. He's stuck in some kind of error loop. A warning keeps flashing on the screen. Ventilation. That's why everybody's dead. The ventilation failure. That terminal shows an account of all the drones that were deployed on the mine. Their status is already offline. Drone's dead. This is actually a crossover with Descent. The ship came in and blew up all the drones. Resource Manager Lumumba's terminal contains all the usual reports and statistics on the mine's operation. There is, however, a voice conversation between Mr. Lumumba and Director Pierre Tong. I'll give you the details. Don't you see what's happening out there? I see just fine. I'm handling it. Damn it, Pierre. Just admit we're screwed. The roof event has doomed us all. Not like that. AF4B3B has every distress signal we've got fired back home. We're gonna be fine. Fine. All it'd be a smoking ruin. Everyone's blaming you, you know. Our genius leader completely out of his depth. We're gonna be fine. We're prepared for this. I'm prepared for this. Those idiots are just freaking out. Because you're not leading them. Because, oh damn it, Jane, what is it? I have to go. Someone's trapped down in the mines. I have to go. Jane, you can't go down there. Don't be an idiot. The audio file cuts off there. That's all I can extract from the terminal. That's probably bad. Oh, it did a bippity boop. And now there's some bippity boop. Boop. That monitor shows a real-time overview of what's going on in the mine. The blue indicator is where you are right now. Those red areas, though, those indicate humans, who shouldn't be in the mines during the operation. They could indicate survivors I couldn't account for. You need to get down there and verify if anyone is still alive. They aren't. Oh, guess we're going in. Super dead. It sounds like there's several rooms to go through, so that's gonna be kind of cool. What a sight. That room has been completely demolished. You can head down to the mines, or take a look at that equipment up there. I love looking at equipment up there. Look at equipment. This is the sorting chamber. You can still see some of the special drones attached to the pillars up there. They maneuver around to sort the various crystals within the mining aggregate and package them up in safety containers. Cool. Anything else? No scans before we go? Oh, wait, let's go to the crushing chamber. That sounds safe. There's another photo or something. I'm reading very dirty air down here. It looks like part of the mine suffered a cave-in. Must be very stifling in there. Hence the ventilation failed. There are chips and circuits from one of the excavation drones in the mine floor. They've been stripped of all their wiring. Oh. So I guess they tried to build something? Or like an account? Based on those marks, the debris around them, I guess someone used an explosive to remove the rubble that used to be here. With all the cave-ins caused by seismic activity, it was likely a last resort to escape. Well, I can't interact with whatever that thing is. Right. It's a high-powered crushing device that breaks down the mining aggregate from the lower chambers. Once the pieces are small and light enough, they get shipped up to the sorted chamber on that conveyor. The mining drone has been crushed by falling debris. It will never mine again. You seem to have scanned a portable data log. It must have got accidentally picked up with the mining aggregate. This apparently belonged to Jean Lumumba. It's somewhat damaged, but I'm able to pull a fragment from the original audio. Here it is, as best as I can access it. This is Jean Lumumba, Resource Manager. I tried to help out. They got stuck down there. The two of them. Victor Rolf and Fisher. As much as I hate to admit it, maybe Pierre was right. This place might be where I die. That's where this log ends. It seems to be the first part of a series of recordings. I love to collect audio logs. I'll this a couple more times to see if a scan triggers. The doors are partially open, but they don't budge. Perhaps you can find a way to force them open. Can I just jam the data pad in there? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. That's where the excavation drones brought the blasted aggregate and loaded it in automated carts. The air's even fouler down here. That drone looked like it failed when it was exposed to more dirt than it was designed for. It was definitely overworked. Oh no, my robot got dirty! You broke it! Looks like some safety caps were left down here when people left. Can I put one on? That's a collection of motor function parts from an excavation drone, or at least the basics. Many small parts have been removed. I don't know what you'd be trying to do with motor function parts, unless you were trying to use the non-motor function parts or something. I guess those were like sub-terminals for the miners. Okay, that's blasting chamber. Well, so much for this guy. Those remains of excavation supervisor Carlotta Viktorov are surprisingly well preserved. She must have sealed herself in that refuge chamber. She's holding onto some crude notes, apparently scrawled on the backs of pages to an emergency manual. The notes read like some kind of last statement. Escape ship needed energy. Came to get my secret stash of processed stuff. Maybe having a secret stash was part of the problem. Cave-ins forced me in here. Without ventilation, air is finite. So those were the two who were trapped, and they had a conspiracy going on. Fisher tried to rat me out. Took care of it. Don't want... Oh, that sounds like a murder. Don't want to die in this tomb, but at least this whole nightmare will be over. That's all Supervisor Viktorov managed to write, it seems. Without a clear air supply, I'm afraid she wouldn't have lasted long down here. Ooh. That scratched up the antique looks to be a heavily modified consumer-grade pocket knife. It probably be used to pry something open. You know, I believe it belonged to Mr. Lumumba. Perhaps you should mention it to him in the Holocene chamber this evening. How handy. Alright, so we'll go for the other refuge station door, I guess, and then we'll head down. Good work. Using the knife to pry open the doors was a smart solution. You can enter now. There's an anti-emergency kit. It's been completely depleted of both rations and medical supplies. Always a good sign. That equipment contains a fragment of a data log. By the file number, it looks to be the third in the series. I'll read it. Quakes have stopped. And this coffin has held steady. No, not a coffin. I'm getting out of here. Here, you idiot, if you find this. If I don't make it out, I'll let you know I'm not giving up. Energy, fuel, that's my specialty. Got an idea to help get somebody off this rock, at least. The rest of the log is just background noise. The rest of the log is just background noise, and then it ends. That seems to be the last part of this particular recording, so we gotta go find part 2. More parts. These are parts from one of the colony's drones, specifically energy core casings. The cores themselves are missing. Oh, was he trying to process fuel out of drone bits? Maybe? Because his remains aren't in here, so he clearly tried to go somewhere else. Forgot what doors look like, I'm sorry. Alright. Doop, 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 doop. You're in one of the digging chambers, or at least one that didn't completely collapse. Your signal is weak. Please be careful. More drone parts? It appears someone removed many of that drone's components. Judging by its condition, it was mercifully inoperable by that point. This is file log 2. Looks like you found a data log. It appears to be the second in a series. I've pulled what audio I can from it. I'll read it for you. I'm here. In the mining caves. I have been for some time. Cave-ins have made return impossible. Viktorov, her eyes, so afraid, so manic. That fear reminded me, keep going, I'm not giving up. You fool, Pierre. Maybe your pig-headedness is exactly what I need right now. That's all I can recover from this log. Well, these data files suggest that Mr. Lumumba attempted to escape. I think he probably did. But you still need to confirm what happened down there with the 2 colonists. Please keep searching. We're gonna... Oh, maybe Lumumba's over in the place where we can't get to yet. This drone has been heavily excavated for parts and pieces. It looks so helpless there, down in that awful place. I guess an AI would be a little more partial to drone status than people status. That is geochemist Maya Fisher. It looks like her suit was compromised. Got several deep slashes throughout. Viktorov took the pocket knife to her suit. She was likely exposed to toxic air for too long. The scan revealed an item in her pocket. A replicated ring in a small... Oh, no. Oh, no. But who? Replicated ring in a small box. It looks like a simple wedding band. It's no use to us, but I find it curious. Well, it seems excavation supervisor Viktorov and geochemist Fisher both met their ends down there. What a lonely place to die. It's like you've discovered as much as you're going to down there. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any fuel left for us to process. Now we're left with the mystery of what happened to Mr. Lumumba, but I don't want you to be hanging around those mines any longer. Yeah, it's probably gonna open up the last area. Anything else down here? No, it's just the drone. Okay. Those were all the blocks on the map too, so. So then who are we going to talk to? Unless we got like rough data on Lumumba and maybe get like an idea from the construct where he would have gone if he'd gotten out. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, alright, well, we'll try that. There was something entirely unwholesome about those caves. There was a moment when I felt my communication link was getting weak. I must admit I was worried. I didn't want you to lose focus or panic while you were down there, so I didn't say anything. In any case, you did great. Come back to base, and I'll process what you found today, and you can relax. Alright. Going on back. What? That didn't seem like a happy sound. Okay. Oh, maybe it was just the power down. I guess I didn't hear it the last time because I got the Red Bull. Excellent work, Neko. You've been successful at every mission so far. This is really going to help us. Come see me as usual so I can process the findings and plan our next move. Show me the main hallway. Yeah, what can we do with this data? Oh, I was wondering why my controller was vibrating. Neko, do you hear the storm outside? Oh, a storm? Yes, as I've mentioned before, the activity outside is definitely getting worse. The weakening of the planet has caused a violent new storm system to come our way. This wind is just the beginning. You should still be able to have one of your extracurricular meetings, but I believe if I believe your safety is compromised, I'll have to shut things down. Since you went to the caves, you'll be able to visit Mr. Lumumba in the Holocene chamber tonight. Be mindful this evening. I would hate to see our last remaining home damaged the way Colony B was. Alright, that's not ominous or anything. That's not foreshadowing. Sometimes you hit buttons to use doors. Tomato Way has ruined me. Okay. Nap time. It's gonna be really cool. It's like... Neko, please wake up. We may not have much time tonight. I was hesitant to let you go into the chamber, but the storm has calmed a bit, and I didn't want you to miss out. I know how much these visits mean to the hologram, so as long as you don't take too long, you should be okay. But when your meeting is over tonight, please head straight to your quarters. I fear the storm might get worse any minute. Stay safe tonight, Neko. I don't remember if these monitors were on before or something. Oh, yeah, it's like, I don't even bother cleaning up. Well, look at you. The AI gave me a bit of info, but it's great to actually meet you. You made it back from the caves, I take it. How did it go? Not sure. You're not? Well, you're still alive, aren't you? There's always a good sign that you're doing something right. You know, I've been thinking, the AI has us all working to get that escape ship upgraded and get you both off this damn planet. I just can't shake that feeling like all this could have been avoided. Like that you're going through this for no good reason. Sometimes even now I get preoccupied, thinking about old arguments or wondering what we could have done differently. Yo, real feels. You ever do that? You ever think about what it might have been? Of course. It's so hard, isn't it? When you just know you could have prevented something, when you could have done more. Now, I know too well that the reason we're all in this situation, and I'm saying this as a hologram for Pete's sake, is because of the Rift event. Despite all of Hudson Cartier's studies, decades of research, and all of our info, this planet just went through a wrench and everything. So many dead, senselessly so we had this whole operation running like clockwork, well, most of the time. But what we were doing was amazing. Of course, HE-247A is the first successful terraforming project, but we were supposed to be the largest and the first with boots on the soil from the get-go. Before, we just have this orbital platform slowly nuking a planet with greenhouse gases, and then other drones taking care of the rest. But it took decades more than this project was supposed to take. And as you know, Earth wasn't in a state to wait that long. I don't know. What do you think? Did we do the right thing coming out here? Setting up this new project, risking everything? We had to. You're right, of course. We were the best for the job, and this colony was the best of the bunch. Even just to build the processing facilities we did in such a short time was a real feat of engineering. That was another of Pierre's designs, by the way. The director made sure we could process crystals here from day one, and the drones built everything from the prefab parts we hauled from Earth. Those drones, down here in the caves, they were really put to work. We needed them running 24/7 just to keep up. Maybe that's what we missed. Maybe we miscalculated the drones, or just couldn't bring enough. But listen to me. I could turn this over and over in my head forever, and we just met. So, Neko, let's focus on the present. You must have the info you need. What should we have come in here? What should we discuss? Found the knife. Well, I'll be. That does jog the memory. I can tell you more about where that comes from. Actually, my brother who gave me that knife. Well, the first version of it. I think I've had it for over 20 years. When one of the tools broke, I'd find tutorials on how to fix or replace them. When I did so poorly and cut myself, I started taking it seriously. My brother said a tool like this was the best kind of friend. You always kept it close, always looked out for it. They would always be there for you. It sure does bring back some memories. Sometimes you think too much, and miss the easy solutions. Seeing this again. Maybe helping you with the ship isn't as complicated as I thought. Not making things simpler, not more convoluted. I think I have some ideas. Thank you, Neko, for bringing this to me. It's given me some inspiration. What else is on your mind tonight? Let's talk about you. My life? You mean before this planet? I guess I have a few adventures to tell of. Why not? Before working with Hudson Cartier, I wasn't crazy about being in an office, you know? Even as a kid, I preferred being outside. There was a group of us when I was younger. They used to host these challenges. They were like game shows just for us. Each of us was active, outdoorsy, adventurous, but with various talents. Someone would set that month's challenge, and the rest would agree to meet it. Like one time, Haley decided we'd have a hang gliding competition. None of us had done that before. We had 3 weeks to prepare, so we all joined classes, or found someone to teach us, or taught each other, and then we met on these bluffs outside the city. The goal was to glide the farthest, land safely. Haley went first. That was the rule. Whoever issued the challenge had to go first, and we all went in turn. I'll be honest, I didn't prep as much as I should have. Things were different then. Too much time and too little responsibility. I was out having fun. So when I went, I made a big show of it. Like I was ready, going to convince everyone that I was the most ready. But boy, I wasn't ready at all. Not by a long shot. Out of the five of us, I glided the third farthest. But I also did right into an old barn settlement. Broke my leg in 12 places. After that, well, I learned to take things a bit more seriously. Prepared. Alright, let's talk about his job. Yeah, I don't know if Fisher was discussed in the first areas, because if Victorov was who the ring was for, that's extra nasty. But if it was someone in another dome, that sucks too. Well, the guy probably told you I was the resource manager, but sure, I can explain it a bit better. I was the person responsible for mapping out how best to use the resources available at any given project. Natural resources, mostly. Some of the bean counters at Hudson Cartier thought I was like them, just the guy putting numbers in columns, making it all add up. But I never saw my job that way. I've always been an explorer. I like to find things. I like to mess around with them, too. So figuring out how to mine the crystals on this planet, turn them into a fuel so we could be self-sufficient, that was a challenge, and a satisfying one. I had great staff, though. Wonderful people to work with. Even though I wasn't fond of having a desk job, they made it worthwhile. Then the Rift event affected everything. Put the whole project into chaos, and So many of those good people suffered. You were down there, weren't you? What did you find? Data logs. Did you now? Well, those look to be from me to Pierre. That don't sound very well. That doesn't give you confidence in what you'll find next time around. Listen, Dago, I don't know how much power the AI still has, or how much this visit is using, but just to be sure, we should probably say goodbye for now. Do me a favor, though, won't you? Put my mind to ease. Could you try to find out what happened? I don't want to fade away, thinking we doomed ourselves from the start. I will. I appreciate it. Hopefully when I see you again, the four of us will have made more progress, but until then, stay safe out there. So yeah, I'm guessing we get to revisit at least some of the areas, if not all of them. Said go straight to bed, so I'm totally not going to do that. I'll check that one in the morning. Maybe it'll let me interact with it.